Art and brain, mental illustrations. The mind is a creative and investigative tool. Truth lies not in one dream, but in many. Pasolini. The exhibition Intellectual Portrayals in Alatza Imaret, a Turkish word meaning colourful orphanage, built in 1484, is one of the most beautiful ways to inform the public of Thessaloniki in Greece about brain, its abilities and creations, but also indirectly to understand the beauty of its complexity, and perhaps to comprehend the difficulty of its illness. All artwork in this exhibition is created from the brain, as well as to evoke emotions in the viewer, whose processing go obligatory through the brain. Eminently, art is an intellectual process and is determined by a variety of interactions. During the creative procedure of the artwork's integration, multifaceted intellectual developments take place. Conscious or unintentional mechanisms retain, disrupt, and shape the creative process on which depends the aesthetic, artistic, and finally the visual outcome. The expression of man through art dates back to 30,000 BC, long after the discovery of the first tools. The artistic oeuvre is created regardless of whether the mental processes that take place for its completion are perceived or not. Artwork is produced from the perception that its creator has for the world that surrounds him. It targets and offends with the concept of subversion and brings up actions in order to affect the multitude of a human behavior. The artistic word gives meaning to concepts and sometimes deconstructs stereotypes in people's minds. The brain does not only functionally regulate all our biological movements and situations, it is also a real source for inspiration, ideas, thoughts, conscience, and decisions. The brain region responsible for conscious processes of thought and consciousness is still a scientific subject for debate. Subject of extensive study is also the search of the part of the brain where free will is located, whose freedom preoccupied theologians, philosophers, lawyers, psychologists, physicists, neuroscientists, and artists. In this exhibition, the artists have created artwork by submitting their views on the issue head, brain, and intellectual portrayals. The exhibitors suggest a range of representation as the result of mental operations structured in aesthetic and philosophical codes of perception. This exhibition was part of parallel events that took place within the same week in Thessaloniki. However, this event was the first attempt in our country to aware and educate people about brain through art. The Hellenic Society for Neuroscience, which organized this exhibition, was founded in 1983 and has up to this day 350 members with distinguished scientists around the world. This society is only a tiny part of the international web dominated by the Society of Neuroscience, with over 40,000 members from around the world. This society organizes events at the Brain Awareness Week, aiming to be well attended by the public as this exhibition Intellectual Portrayals of this year.